Good morning and welcome to the Daily Tanya. Today is Monday, the 27th day of Teves. Let's begin with tzedakah. Tzedakah, tzedakah brings Mashiach closer. So we continue chapter 14. The Alter Rebbe speaks about the Beinani, the choice that the Beinani makes, the intermediate person, and that everyone can reach that level of doing and thinking and acting and speaking everything the way Hashem wants. And we spoke about it yesterday, that this is by understanding that we are connected with God and we want to stay connected, and understanding that everything we do against Hashem's will separates us from Hashem. How can one be separated from God? After all, God is everywhere and everything. Can you separate it? Can you separate yourself from Hashem that is everywhere? And the answer is that it says, Avnei Sechem Mavdilim. The sins cause separation. Because God gives us the choice that we can do God's will or not. Meaning everything in the world Hashem created is because Hashem wants it to be that way. He creates it that way. And Hashem is everywhere. His will makes everything. But Hashem gave us the ability to follow His will and connect to Him, or separate by going against His will. The freedom of choice that He gave us. And therefore the Beinani understands that every little thing, even if it's a small thing, he's not a fool. He's not foolish to think that doesn't cause separation. He understands that any small thing, if it goes against Hashem, separates us from Hashem, and I don't want to be separated from God, not even for a moment. So this is when it comes to action, when it comes to speaking, thinking, we're in control. But when it comes to feelings, the desires that we have, that is really not up to us. Only a tzaddik has already completely changed. A tzaddik, a righteous person, has he doesn't have any desires to do against Hashem. In fact, he despises anything which is against God. That is the tzaddik. And here the Alter Rebbe goes on to say that this is something that is a gift. Not everybody can reach that level. It is a gift that is given. And therefore he explains what it says. What Job says, God, you have created the righteous. And the question was, the righteous, God creates the righteous? Isn't this something that is up to the person to be righteous? In fact, it says that before a child is born, there is an angel that determines whether this person will be wise or foolish, strong or weak, and so on. But it doesn't say whether it will be righteous or wicked. Why? Because this is up to the person. And the answer is that it's up to the person to act righteous. But when Job says you have created righteous, they're talking about the whole different level of righteous. Talking about created a person that is indeed righteous, that doesn't even have a desire, and that is a gift that God creates. He creates some people in that way, for whatever reason. So let's see inside what Alter Rebbe explains. So we said the Beinani is in fact doing everything right, but not when it comes to the feelings. It is different, however, with something entrusted to the heart, meaning involving one's feelings, meaning in our case that one's heart actually abhors and despises the evil that he now craves. This is something that only a tzaddik can do, that he hates the evil. And in there also there's different levels of tzaddikim. Some complete tzaddik has complete hatred, and incomplete tzaddik has not so utter hatred. Whether with absolute hatred as the perfect tzaddik does, or even not quite so utterly as does the incomplete tzaddik. Because when you love Hashem, when you're in love with Hashem, you have nothing else in the world, true love comes along with hating something which is not godly. It doesn't talk to the person, doesn't talk to the tzaddik, doesn't entice him at all. He despises, he loathes it. In זה אי אפשר שיהיה באמס לאמיתו אלא על ידי גודל ותוקף האהבה להשם מבחינת אהבה בתענוגים לעיסנג על השם. This cannot be attained in complete truth except through that level of intense love of God called love with which experiences delight, which consists of delighting in godliness. And that is me'ein olam haba, akin to the bliss of the world to come, concerning which our sages say that the souls will bask in the radiance of the divine presence. Only such love which experiences delight create a hatred of evil, as explained in the previous chapters. When you experience this kind of love that is in the world to come, which there is no physical world there and physical temptations, then anything which is not godly is despised. And concerning one who experiences this love of delight, our sages said, you shall see a glimmer of your reward in the world to come in your lifetime. So that's experiencing. This is the tzaddikim, they experience the world to come right here as they live in this world. Not every man is privileged to attain this state, for it is in the nature of a reward received from above, and a reward can only be received, not taken. Hashem chooses to give this person that reward, he receives that level of a tzaddik. And Alter Rebbe says that this is similar to the gift of priesthood. Becoming a priest, a Cohen, not anybody can become a Cohen. If you're born a Cohen, you're a Cohen. Thus it is written, I, God, shall grant you your priestly service as a gift. Service of God with this ecstatically blissful love is designated priesthood, even though it is not restricted to the Kohanim, members of the priestly family of Aaron. The above quoted verse tells us that this lofty level of divine service is a gift from God. So just like the Kohen is a gift from God, the same thing is also the tzaddik, the righteous person, who receives that special level of love of Hashem. That is a gift that is given from Hashem, as explained elsewhere. And now the Alter Rebbe goes to explain what we just said before, the statement that Eov said that to God, you have created the righteous, tzaddikim. Therefore, Job said, you have created tzaddikim. We can now understand Job's statement as a reference to those souls created with a capacity of attaining the rank of a tzaddik. The meaning of you've created Rashaim is explained later in chapter 27. That will explain later. That's the other part of his statement. And Alter Rebbe brings what it says in the Tikkunim, it says in the Zohar, that there are different souls that come from different roots. The souls that come from the level of Chesed, the level of Gevura. And the same thing is also there are certain souls that Hashem gives them the level of being a tzaddik. As stated in the Tikkunei Zohar, there are many grades and degrees in Jewish souls. Chasidim, Geboirim, Amizgabe Balitzrom, Mari Teiro, Navim, Chulu, Tzadikim, Chulu, Ayin, Sham. Now there are pious men, Chasidim, they come from Chesed, strong men, Geboirim, which come from Gvura, who gain mastery over their evil inclination. You have scholars of Torah, prophets, tzaddikim, and so forth. Note there. Accordingly, within the rank of the souls, there are those who are categorized as tzaddikim. So this is the end of today's shir, and this the Alter Rebbe explains that yes, there are certain people who are tzaddikim, but the fact that we're not in that level, we shouldn't think that we're and that we have a problem. No, because that's who we are. God created us, and He expects from us to do the best what we can be, and that we do have the ability. God gives us the gift of overcoming the Yetzer Hara, and the gift of being a tzaddik is just like being a Kohen. A Kohen is also a gift from Hashem. There's the story of was a young man in Argentina that fell in love with a non-Jewish girl, and he wanted to marry her. There was a shliach, Rabbi Baumgarten, Alav Shalom, told him, explained to him he cannot marry her. And she decided, she went and she converted. She became Jewish. And then, but then after she converted, they found out that he is a Cohen, and that's a problem. Because a Cohen is not allowed to marry a convert. A convert can marry any Jew, but not a Cohen. A Cohen is, Hashem commanded the Cohen to, he cannot marry a divorced woman, cannot marry a convert. The Cohen has special laws whom he's allowed to marry. But this was too much for this young man. He said, no, that's it. I don't care. I'm going to marry her anyway. So Rabbi Baumgarten suggested that he should travel to New York and speak to the Lubavitcher Rebbe. So he did that. He came to the Rebbe. And he had private audience with the Rebbe. And the Rebbe spoke to him. The Rebbe told him, I'm sure you've heard that they say that I am a scholar, Torah scholar. I study a lot. Some people study more, as the Rebbe said to him. But it doesn't matter how much I will study Torah. I will never be able to be a Kohen. This is a gift that God gave you. This is something that you wouldn't want to give up. And after the meeting with the Rebbe, he changed his mind. He decided, indeed, he's not going to give up that gift. So in a sense, that connects also to what we said yesterday and also early this morning, that this is also what to be connected to Hashem, whether in the level of a tzaddik or the level of a yid in general. You don't want to give away that gift that Hashem gave you to be so connected through studying Torah, through doing mitzvahs. You don't want to give up that gift. That is a gift that Hashem gave us, and we're able to, whether you're a Kohen or whatever, being Jewish, and this is something that you can have and share with the world. The gift is also a responsibility, a mission that Hashem gave us to share the light and share the message of being connected with Hashem, everyone in their ability, whether it's a Kohen, whether it's a non-Kohen, in their ability to be connected with Hashem. This is the end of today's shir. We'll see you tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem. Have a wonderful day.